Welcome to From the Frontlines. This is Jay Wilcox. Today we're in Sullivan County, Pennsylvania, with professional musician and anti-hydrofracking activist John Trallo. John's met the landmen. He's turned them down many times. On September 4th, 2012, someone tried to set John's house on fire. Luckily, a passerby saw the porch blazing and sounded the alarm. There were no injuries. Police said it was arson. Meanwhile, it's business as usual, and stories from the gas fields aren't being told. How is it that the major media outlets completely ignore the hydrofracking story? It's our air. It's our water. Guitarist John Trallo. Music on this show has been provided by John. Here we go.
Well, the landmen kept coming by. At one point, one landman was actually looking in the window of my home when I was out back. I came around, I asked him what he was doing, and he said he needed me to sign a seismic agreement. I told him thank you, but no thank you, I'm not interested. He got very rude, belligerent. I asked him to leave my property. If not, I would charge him with trespassing. At that point, he actually had the temerity to open up his jacket and show me his weapon, telling me that not only will he be back, but when he comes back, he may not even knock on the door. Maybe he'll just walk around my property, and if I happen to come out and charge him with trespassing, he shall defend himself. And then more landmen came by, and they got increasingly more aggressive, to which I became more resistant. Then I started hearing stories about water contamination, people getting sick, people being made ill, people losing their homes, lighting their water on fire, in other areas such down in like Hickory, Pennsylvania, down in Texas. So I took a little road trip and went around and wanted to see for myself exactly what the dangers were, and I was appalled. They were even worse than I had anticipated. This was even before I had seen the movie Gasland. Since they've come to this area here, it's, you know, they say it's a game changer, it's going to transform your community. They are absolutely right. These people are pros at dividing and conquering a community. That's their tactic. They spend tons and tons of money on advertising, political favor, co-opting politicians, so they have regulatory approval, but yet they don't want to spend any money on safeguards. Tom Corbett, he's not our governor. That's his title, but he's not the governor, because he does not represent the people in Pennsylvania. He is a salesman, a spokesperson, a lobbyist for the industry. Governor Corbett once said he wanted his administration and Pennsylvania to partner with the industry. Well, when you think about that, it's not in one's best interest to regulate your partner. There is a revolving door between politics and industry. In Pennsylvania, it is completely out of control at this point. It's totally out of control, as it has happened in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana. When I hear Governor Corbett say, at the end of the day, do we want the jobs or we don't want the jobs? The jobs are not worth it. There aren't that many of them, and they're not going to last. If this was such a boom for the economy, why is Texas 10th in poverty? Arkansas and Louisiana are number 2 and number 4. Why are they at the bottom of the economic ladder? Because it's not about sustainable, viable, safe, family-friendly jobs. It's about corporate profits. That's all this is. If you follow the history of this industry and some of their I call them political bagmen, because that's what they are. There's this revolving door. When these people leave office, they get jobs as a lobbyist for the industry. We have that with our former governor, Ed Rendell. He's now a consultant for the industry. There has to be a separation of cash and state. You know, if the people are going to have true representation and have our interests protected. That's not going to happen the way things are now. Once again, the people in New York, God bless you for keeping them at bay as long as you have. But you might have to ramp it up. Governor Cuomo, you were elected as governor of New York. You took an oath to protect the people of New York and protect their best interest. No amount of money, no amount of jobs is worth their health, their safety, their welfare. Do your job, Governor Cuomo. Protect the best interest of the people. Protect their way of life. That's what you need to do. They don't care about you. They don't care about the people. You're only good to them as long as you're in office. What do I think is going to happen? I don't know. What I hope happens is that the people will go beyond their partisan differences and go beyond the rhetoric. Look at this for what it is. Study the facts. Look at the science. As Dr. Ingraffi at Cornell had said, he said, we have ready, aim, and fire. He said, that's the way it's supposed to be. Right now, we've got fire, ready, aim. We need to take a break. There was no rush. The people can't ask. They have to demand. You need to demand that we put this industry on hold. Let the science do their studies. We need independent, peer-reviewed scientific studies. Have those studies reviewed, examined, and let's see if this can be done safely and managed, and get the laws and regulations in place necessary to do that. And if it can't be, then we don't do it. Just because we have an economic downturn in this country does not justify jumping onto this industry as its savior. That makes about as much sense as a family who's on hard times or on welfare, dropping their kids off in the corner and pimping them off. That's what we're doing. We're doing that to our future. And that can't be allowed. We have to realize that. We have to stand united with each other, because the impacts, well, I don't care whether you're pro-gas, anti-gas, Republican, Democrat, Independent, the industry does not discriminate. The illnesses and diseases do not discriminate. They're going to affect all of us. We cannot be the first generation to leave this planet in worse shape than when we inherited it, and leave our children with a lifestyle where they're going to just turn out to be worker bees for a corrupt government and the energy industry. That's the way I feel about it. That's why I'm fighting.
Thanks, John. Wow. Tell it like it is, brother. Music from the Frontlines is provided by John Trallo. JohnTrallo.com. Thanks for watching From the Frontlines. This is Jay Wilcox. We'll see you next time.